What's up guys, I got the pencil here, and yeah, you read that title right. We are discussing the battle between the first son of the demon realm versus the last son of planet Vegeta. The battle between the two heroes of their respective worlds that go against their very natures. The demonic warrior Britannia, Meliodas, versus the Saiyan from Earth, Goku. Before we start, do me a quick favor and leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment. Now, let's get moving. Okay, I'm not even gonna mess around. If I leave any of the stats unequalized, Meliodas gets instantly vaporized. Goku in MUI at his peak is multiversal, Meliodas at his peak is hitting solar system at best. There's not much to debate there. Both are massively fast and light, but Goku has a higher degree and actually possesses a higher speed tier and inaccessible with some of his feats. So, who wins? Goku, easily. Pretty confident base Goku could beat Meliodas with 2 arms tied behind his back, blindfolded, and sadly, I'm not kidding. The gap in power and speed is too drastic for Meliodas to hope to cross. So, we're going to equalize the stats. So now let's get into the actual abilities of both combatants. And for the sake of it, magic and ki will be equalized, and for the fun of it, at the end we'll do a quick discussion on unequalized resources. Meliodas' moveset is actually rather simple. For his biology, he is a demon, meaning he has access to all the perks of being a demon. He is a native user of the power of darkness, which gives him a long list of abilities. The darkness is able to be spawned on or around his body, allowing him to forge weapons and shields from the darkness, increasing his durability and offensive capability. The darkness also allows Meliodas to form wings and fly about freely. This darkness also allows demons like Meliodas to regenerate from the cellular level, the only limitation being that a high-level demon's 7 hearts are unable to regenerate. Meliodas is also able to use the darkness to seal things away. He can also manipulate the darkness into more specific attacks, such as waves of darkness blades, massive pillars of darkness that can vaporize entire areas, and hold people down within his darkness. Trillion Dark is another form of darkness manipulation, where Meliodas creates dense orbs of pure darkness that Meliodas can use as a shield and an offensive attack, which acts as a shredder to whatever comes in contact with it. Then, Meliodas also has access to the Hellblaze, the eternal dark flame of the Demon Clan that cannot be extinguished normally and can kill immortals. This flame can be spawned on Meliodas himself, all around him, on his weapon, or just be fired from his palm. There are derivatives of the Hellblaze, such as the Divine Slayer, where Meliodas releases a massive blast of Hellblaze from his sword. Then there's 1000 Divine Slices, where Meliodas coats himself in Hellblaze and slashes his opponent. Then he is a telepath, being able to broadcast his thoughts to others and even directly call out to a person's mind, disrupting techniques like possession. He can also sense magic from long ranges. His final demon-specific technique is soul stealing, which he can do either up close with a touch or from a range like all other demons. Then he has his non-demon specific abilities, his main one being full counter. Full counter is one of Meliodas' most versatile abilities, allowing him to reflect back any non-physical attacks, ranging from things like magically imbued weapons, non-visible or even present attacks, and regular things like explosions or pure magical energy attacks, one at a time or all at once. Meliodas also has Counter Vanish, where he dispels an attack made of energy rather than reflect it back at an opponent, and then he has the final variation of Full Counter, which is Revenge Counter, where he accumulates damage and then releases it all back at once at his opponent. Finally, he has his weapon, Lost Vein, which gives him access to the ability Physical Clone. He can spawn clones that are not as powerful as the real Meliodas, but they are able to react in tandem with the real Meliodas, something shown multiple times, which could imply at least a similar reaction speed despite the raw power gap. Finally, Meliodas has his true magic, which seemingly just allows him to destroy things. Moving to Goku, he has a strong set of abilities. He's able to use ki in various ways. He can sense the energy and life force of other beings, and he can also manipulate ki in the blast, which he can just throw out or use in specific ways. Some of these ways are the Kamehameha wave, a blue beam of energy and its many variations. The notable ones for this battle are the instant Kamehameha, where he teleports right before firing the beam, and the Kamehameha which bends in order to catch his opponents off guard. Then he just has instant transmission, where he teleports to another person by sensing their energy. He doesn't have to teleport directly to an individual though, and can teleport in a general range of that individual. Then he can use the Destructo Disc, a sharp blade of ki that cleanly cleaves through opponents. Then he has his Ki Eye, where he just blasts out an invisible wave of ki with either his eyes or his hands. He also has the Solar Flare, a blinding attack which he can use by throwing his hands in front of his face. And Goku is also a telepath, being able to project his thoughts outward and even read minds with a hand on the person's head. Since we are using an equal stats Goku, the manga Goku will be used for this battle due to his better handle on Ultra Instinct and his access to the Hakai, an attack where Goku projects out an energy wave to erase things from existence. Then he has Ultra Instinct, where he's able to naturally dodge and attack without thought, and his body can tend to defend itself as needed. Negligible techniques to mention are the Kaioken, which is banned and he has not yet shown the ability to use in Ultra Instinct, the Spirit Bomb, which he can use but is unlikely to, and the Mafuba, but he does not typically carry around a jar to seal people. For their technical history, they are both martial artists with many years of experience. However, Meliodas is primarily a swordsman, while Goku is primarily a martial artist, so Goku holds an edge in terms of that. Both have defeated opponents of massive experience and skill, Meliodas outdoing the Demon King, a being over 1.5 billion years old, and Goku defeating Hit, a being over 1,000 years old. Now, with their stats equalized, what is likely to happen in this battle? I would say the battle goes to Meliodas around 9 to 8 times out of 10, and here's why. Meliodas very much hard counters Goku, in the sense that we know that Ultra Instinct is not infallible. Ultra Instinct has been shown when matched in terms of raw power that it can be hand-locked, it can be grappled, it can be stopped in a sense. It's not able to instantly dodge everything with pure ease. Jiren showed us this initially in the Tournament of Power, where he, once unlocking his hidden potential, was able to match Ultra Instinct in raw fisticuffs, and it required Goku's Saiyan instincts to kick in and literally overwhelm Jiren in terms of raw power and speed to even defeat him. And Moro also showed this to us when he received the powers of Ultra Instinct and matched Goku in terms of raw power, and was able to match him, able to hit him, and able to hold him off. Ultra Instinct is also shown to have a little bit of trouble dealing with multiple angles at once, as Moro, the entire planet, who did have an advantage in the sense that he could literally come from anywhere, was able to catch Ultra Instinct off guard and hit him and blast him and force him to block. So the main issue here against Meliodas for Goku is that while Goku's techniques are very, very good, and I could see techniques like the Instant Kamehameha or the Destructive Disc doing damage, what Goku lacks, even with his manga variation, is longevity. Meliodas can regenerate grievous wounds very, very easily. A weaker character like Galen with the same ability was able to restore himself from being sliced in half, so the Destructive Disc, while it may hit Meliodas if it doesn't get full countered, cuts through Meliodas and he pulls himself right back together when Goku assumes he's dead. Same thing with a Instant Kamehameha. It's likely to work the first time, because it's the Instant Kamehameha. I caught Cell off guard, and if Meliodas is unable to full counter in time, whether it be because Goku teleports behind him, or it's just too fast for him despite the equalized stats, then Meliodas eats the hit, heals it off, and keeps fighting. And that's the main issue that Goku runs into in this battle in particular. He has no way to stop Meliodas from healing himself. He has no way to stop Meliodas from outlasting him. While their stamina is no problem for them in either of their forms, that doesn't mean that Goku won't be taking damage. He won't be getting tired, because since he has equal power, and since he doesn't have his Saiyan instincts to rely on to literally help him outpower his opponent here, since the stats are equalized, then that means that Meliodas is definitely going to outlast him in terms of the fact that they're both going to be able to do damage to each other, something shown with Jiren and Moro. And the thing is, I'm acting under the assumption that Meliodas just won't use any of his deadlier techniques. If Meliodas uses Trillion Dark, then Goku's literally not even getting remotely close to him, because that's a spinning barrier of darkness that cuts through anything that gets too close to it. And Goku will get cut. Ultra Instinct won't be able to dodge something with so little room to move. He may be able to teleport away, but then what does he do to get in on Meliodas? Meliodas just has to keep approaching him. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of Goku's biggest damage attacks, like the ones that are actually going to be able to do damage without risking his own safety, are getting full countered back in his face. Goku goes for a Kamehameha from a range because he knows he can't get in on Trillion Dark. Then instantly Meliodas swings his blade once, and then Goku's taking the damage of something over twice the power of his Kamehameha. And that's the main issue that he runs into. Meliodas really, really hard counters someone like Goku when Goku doesn't have the power and speed advantage, because none of Goku's techniques really do anything. Even the Hakai can likely be full countered, because what happens is the Hakai is an invisible wave of energy. But Meliodas has reacted to something very similar. He's reacted to status promotion and full countered it right back with no issue. It's not a visible attack, but it didn't matter to Meliodas. He still instantly full countered it the moment he sensed it. And he would sense the energy coming from Goku, since he's also capable of sensing energy. The thing is that Goku has very few ways to get to Meliodas. Like, he would need the instant Kamehameha and instant Destructive Disc, I guess, even though he hasn't shown that. But it can be assumed Goku's a fighting genius. He'd be able to put 2 and 2 together. But those are one-trick ponies. They're unlikely to work again, because now Meliodas is going to be on the lookout for them. And this is under the assumption that Meliodas doesn't just light himself up with Hellblaze. This is under the assumption that Meliodas doesn't just spin Trillion Dark around him like he did against the Demon King. This is just under the assumption that Meliodas isn't able to shield himself with darkness in time, even though their speed is equalized. This is under the assumption that Meliodas doesn't just drop multiple clones on the battlefield to watch his back and react to Goku whenever he tries to do something sneaky. The thing is, Meliodas sort of covers all of Goku's options in this fight. And that's no good for Goku, because he can't win at that point. And likelihood is, if Meliodas is standing there not taking damage, and or healing off whatever damage he does take, which will be likely one-off things, he's going to outlast Goku in the sense that Goku can't do anything. And all of Meliodas' attacks are not only going to last, not only are they going to be really hard to dodge, but they're all extremely potent. If Goku gets hit by a lick of the Hellblaze, it's on him. And it's not going out unless Meliodas wants it to. So Goku's gonna start burning and alive. If Goku gets even hit by one of the Trillion Dark Spears, even if they just bounce off and do some damage, then the rest of them that are gonna hit Goku following that are gonna do much more damage as they stack on top of it. The thing is, what would happen if Goku suddenly just no, not Goku. What if Meliodas is just like, yo, forget this mess, I'm about to just bomb the entire area? Because I understand Ultra Instinct would be extremely annoying to deal with, because unless Goku wants to get in your face, you can kind of just sit back and just beam at you till the day is done. But if he does that, is Ultra Instinct going to be able to dodge that? Goku couldn't teleport away. He needs a key signature. He's never been able to teleport like miles upon miles away with no key signature to lock onto. So if Meliodas just goes, you know what, boom, and then just lights up the entire area with a pillar of darkness, something that managed to wipe out an entire kingdom, will UI be able to dodge that? Will he be able to outmaneuver it? Or will he get hit? I'm leaning towards him getting hit, and that's the issue. When Meliodas gets hit, it doesn't last. When Goku gets hit, it lasts and it hurts, and that's the main issue. And also, when Goku goes in for an attack, unless it's a punch, it's likely getting full countered right back in his face. And Goku better hope a Destructo Disc don't come back at him with twice the power, because then Goku's done. If Goku better hope he's not getting jumped by 5 Meliodases, all just waiting to full counter his attacks. Yeah, they're going to be weaker, so Goku could likely one-shot them, but no, Meliodas can just keep making them. They don't cost any stamina for Meliodas to make. He can just boop, 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 boop. He can just consistently pop them out. So Goku's going to be dealing with someone who is able to freely spawn clones, which also hard neg basically everything that Goku does. And Goku is just, I don't think he has the ability set to defeat Meliodas in an equal stats battle. However, in an unequal stats battle, easy Goku. I haven't found a single multiversal Meliodas argument that makes sense. So I could very easily see Meliodas taking the fattest of L's against an unequalized stats Goku, even in base. However, equalized stats, that's the problem. And if we equalize stats and we unequalize the resources just real quick, it would be way more hectic, and I feel like it'd be way more fun, because now Goku can't even use instant transmission because he doesn't have an energy source he can lock onto, and Meliodas can't sense Goku anymore, so he wouldn't know when Goku's coming in or moving somewhere. So it'd literally just be the two constantly reacting to each other naturally. But I feel like Goku could have the edge there. However, once again, all the issues I mentioned already with Goku's issue not being able to heal himself, while Meliodas can heal himself, outlast, has a better defense, has a better offense, all around just outdoes Goku with full counter, Trillion Dark, all of his regular stuff. But regardless, that's my view on this battle. I know it seems weird, but I've thought about this like in passing, just the equal stats battle. I've never thought about any equalized stats. Whenever I see someone go to argue Meliodas versus Goku unequalized right now and think that Meliodas has even a hint of a chance, I just wonder, what manga did we read, bro? I feel like we must have read different manga for this to even be a fight. But regardless, I think that's my view on it. If you guys think Goku could win in the comment section down below, do it. And the reason I say this goes to Meliodas 8 out of 10 and 9 out of 10 times, Goku's very smart. He could pull something out of nowhere. If he gets enough Destructo, if Goku's lucky enough to cut through all of Meliodas' hearts with a single Destructo Disc, which I think is actually like geometrically impossible, but it could work, it could happen. There's always those chances, so I will give Goku that. If you guys can think of any more ways for Goku to win in the comment section down below, please tell me. hey, if you like the video, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.